Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the anatomy of a Chicago-style book citation. In this tutorial, we're going to briefly introduce Chicago-style citation and provide you with a basic example of a Chicago book citation, which we will then dissect, describing each of the constituent parts of that citation, why they're included, and how to format them in the citation. Hopefully, at the end of this video, you will understand the basic principles of citing a book in Chicago, and you will be able to construct your own basic book citations. To start out with, what is Chicago-style citation? The Chicago-style citation is laid out in the Chicago Manual of Style, which follows the standards originally adopted by the University of Chicago for the papers written there. This citation style is used most commonly in disciplines such as history, anthropology, geography, and political science. As of 2024, the Chicago Manual of Style is in its 18th edition, so the version of Chicago-style citation we will be covering in this video is Chicago 18th. Chicago-style citation has a variant known as Chicago author date style, where the primary difference has to do with the way in-text citations are formatted. Okay, so now we know what Chicago-style citation is. How do we create a citation? Well, this is where we get into the details of dissecting a citation to show you how it works. However, to really get the most out of this part of the video, it helps if you have the proper tools. At the very least, a paper and pen or pencil, and maybe some highlighters if you think they would help. Please feel free to pause the video now and collect your tools. Got everything? Great! Okay, so here you see the book citation we are going to dissect. Take your paper and write the citation exactly as you see it on your screen in the center of your paper. Make sure to leave plenty of room for notes. Go ahead and pause the video while you write down the citation. Ready? Awesome. So now I'm going to take this citation apart piece by piece and describe each part, why it's there, and how it's formatted. As this is just a basic example, I may refer to some other situations you may come across while citing sources. If at any point you need more time to make notes about what I'm talking about, feel free to pause the video and then start again when ready. The first element of a Chicago-style book citation is the author's name. The author's name is formatted last name, comma, first name, period. This is done for structural reasons, as bibliographies are organized alphabetically by author last name, and therefore it makes sense that the author's last name should be the thing that sticks out to you when you go and look at it. But what happens if there's more than one author? Well, in this case, the first author's name is formatted last name, comma, first name. Then the word and appears, followed by the second author, whose name is formatted first name, last name. So in this case, Herbert, comma, Frank, and Thufir Hawat, with a period at the end. This pattern remains true for more than two authors as well. If there is no author, you cite by the title of the book, which happens to be the next element in this citation. In Chicago-style citation, the title is set apart by italicizing it, and this section ends with a period. Following the title is the publisher name, which we include as some books have different publishers in different countries, and thus the books may have different paginations. The next element of a book citation is the publication date, which also helps us distinguish between different editions and printings. The publication date is followed by a period. We should also use this opportunity to demonstrate what happens when your citation goes over a single line. When your citation is 2 or more lines long, every line after the first line is indented in what is called a hanging indent. You can get Microsoft Word or Google Docs to do this kind of indent for you by going into the settings. The last part of this citation is only applicable for ebooks. This is the URL, which allows people searching for this source to know where to access it. If the URL is not available, you can provide the database or service you use to access the ebook, like Kindle. That takes care of the bibliographic citation. But the bibliographic citation is only one half of a complete Chicago-style citation. Every Chicago-style citation has two parts, the bibliographic citation and the in-text citation, which, depending on the type of Chicago-style citation you're using, will either take the form of a footnote, or if you're using Chicago author date style, you'll be using parenthetical in-text citations. Why do you need both of these elements? Well, the bibliographic citation helps your reader know what source you got the information from, but doesn't tell the reader what part of your work was taken from that source, nor does it tell the reader where in the source you cited you got that idea or quote. To learn more about in-text citations, check out our tutorials, Footnotes, Chicago Manual of Style, or In-Text Citations, Chicago Author Date Style. Now, obviously, there are a lot more types of sources to cite than just books, and there are a lot more situations for citing books than we've covered in this brief video. If this video didn't answer your question, there are more resources available to help you cite your work. The Chicago Manual of Style has an online website which covers a lot of different styles and rules, and you can access it at https://chicagomanualofstyle.org. You can also reference the Chicago Manual of Style itself by typing Chicago 18th into OneSearch. Finally, you can always contact the librarian for citation assistance. You can email us at libraryhelp@cpp.edu. Thank you for watching.